can't believe it. We have made it. Oh my goodness gracious. This is it. The moment that the entire world has been waiting for. This is episode number 52 of the Hey Man Nice Shirt podcast. Big Dick Nick, we're 1 year in, bruh. How does that make you feel? Huh?
Hard as a fucking rock. Dude, we are officially 1 year. This is our first anniversary. This is the first anniversary since since we started this podcast.
You know what I think we should do? Something completely different that we've never done on this podcast before. I think
suck each other off.
I think we need to celebrate by cracking a cold beer. And I haven't been drinking today.
You haven't been drinking at all? Wait, hold on.
No, I just had to drop the kids off. It was fucking.
Well, okay.
I had shit to do today. I had to like adult things to do today.
I think we got different memos. I didn't think we got the same memo. Tracy, what the fuck? Tracy, happy 1 year, Trace. Cheers, brother. Cheers.
Cheers, bruh. Oh shit.
So I think we got Tracy. You sent us different shit. Ooh. I was under the impression we were supposed to be boozing all day. So I did my homework assignment, as I always have.
All right. So today, oh shit. So today we have a new Hokkaido. This can is just absolutely filthy. I mean, that's fucking filth.
That's amazing.
The crazy fun thing about this is an Oni triple IPA.
Oh, a little high and hard today, sir.
Apparently. This is great. Oni is the worst kind of org. He's only happy when he's spreading disaster or torture to the souls of the damned. But don't tell him we said that. And this is a 1 pint of 10% alcohol by volume. Get you some of that, Nick.
Yomi Sako is what I want to say to you. That's incredible. I'm glad. Don't look that way. I'm glad that you're going high and hard for this episode. 10%er, and that's only beer number one. We're gonna have a couple this time.
Holla.
We do typically.
So
hey, go. Hi, happy first anniversary of the podcast. Happy marriage. You married now, you son of a bitch.
Thank you. That's right. Yeah, by the time this thing fucking hits the airwaves, I will have it's no longer future wife. It's wifey.
Dude.
I can't tell you how excited I am, dude. I get to marry my best friend, which I think is the coolest thing like ever. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, her and I get along.
Your co-best
so
well.
Man.
Your co-best friend. Your co-best friend.
Your what?
Your co-best friend.
Oh, yes.
Right, because you have two best friends. I'm looking right at you. I'm right here. You schmuck. I'm right here.
I know. I was just trying to drag it out just a little.
Why do you
drag that out just a little, just to make
you
it
like hurting people's feelings? You like what is your thing?
I just like the self-doubt that just kind of creeps up a little bit.
Oh,
and just, you're
sweetheart,
just like,
no doubt. Because here I'm very good at forcing friendships. Very good at forcing friendships.
And then something else that's really excited. I'm excited about this episode. Number of reasons. Married, totally excited about that. Episode 52. We're 1 year in. It's been an incredible first year. And I think that and we talked about this last week, is we're going to do something a little bit different this week.
Yes.
So Nick and I have come together, and we each have 4 stories that we're going to tell. Now, one of these
4 stories and 7 years ago. Sorry. I'm trying. I'm here. I'm giving it a best shot.
Huh. Okay. Well, at least you're trying. It's nice. So one of these stories is going to be completely false, or maybe all 4. But I feel like I only have one that's completely false.
I have one that's fake.
One is
mostly fake. Premise is real.
Oh, okay.
Mostly fake for the rest.
Right. And I feel like we're both on the same page with that. So, and then I think at the end, we're going to do a little recap and figure out which one we think is fake.
Yeah, I think though we're not going to let the other one know. We're going to take it to a survey.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And
we're going to promote it on all the socials.
Let me tell you the socials. We have to do it right in the beginning.
Right.
It took us 1 single year to figure out to promote our socials in the beginning. We do have Instagram, we have Twitter, and we have TikTok, all of the same name. And that is HMNS Podcast.
That's right. Hit us up, follow us. No, watch us if you want to see our ugly mugs. And there's some of the reactions and the weird faces that I give Nick. You can do that on the YouTube. Nick, why don't you tell them what the YouTube is? Because I never remember.
I will gladly do that. I will fill in where you lack. And that is, hey man, nice shirt. If you type that in, it's going to prompt you to say, hey man, nice shot. That is a terrible music video from way back when. Scroll down a little bit, and there we are. There we are, smiling and laughing, baby.
There we are. Electronic mail, please feel free to drop us an email like Sam did this last week. Shout out to Sam. We're not going to get to your email this week, but we don't really like you.
Yeah,
you can do that.
She was rude. Or he?
I don't know.
I think it was he.
They.
I think it was a he. I think he's pretty good with his pronouns.
Yeah.
He was mean.
He was a little mean. Aggressive. Jesus. All right. Calm down, dude. Let me listen to your podcast and let's talk. Oh, you don't have one? Oh, that's right. You're a no talent ass clown. Cool.
You had spelling errors in your fucking email. You idiot. It was only one.
Oh my God. Okay. So emails are hmnspodcast@gmail.com. Boom.
That's us.
All right. Nick.
Yes.
So I want to tell you a little story about the time that I inadvertently picked up a prostitute in Las Vegas.
That doesn't inadvertently.
Yeah, I had no clue. So let's
give me a double pointer if somebody's listening behind you that made you say inadvertently. We're a freshly married guy.
It was definitely, and this was about 5 years ago, completely. No. So the company I was working for had their sales meeting in Vegas. And so they chartered a bus and we all took the bus out there, which was kind of cool. I mean, charter buses are kind of nice, right? I mean, you got the air conditioning, you got the TV, you can hang out there and talk shit. And more importantly, you can drink on these buses. I thought it would be a great idea to bring some of the fresh moonshine that I just ran, and we were going to take that with us. So we had, and I actually took orders for some of the guys and gals that I work with, that like who wanted some, and like the people I had the full big mason jars of shine that I would take and I brought, and I think I had in total 5 or 6 bottles of moonshine, which by the way, had we gotten pulled over, probably not a good thing. Didn't think
like Little Wayne on his tour bus.
That's exactly right. Or nope, can't mention that one. So because the guy died and it would be in bad taste. So we got all this moonshine and we're drinking all this. I have I think there's 3 bottles of apple pie is what I made. We had 2 bottles of lemon drop, and I had one a smaller bottle of just straight white lightning. And this shit was, oh yeah, she was hitting at about 160. So it was, yeah.
Even that would give me chest hair.
Even that would put hair on your balls. I mean, it would.
Well, I have hair on my balls.
I don't know. So
looks like an old hacky sack dipped in bubble gum and hair.
That is the worst possible image they could ever. I feel so sorry for your future wife.
It's a large hacky sack. It's a large hacky sack.
Jeez. And then I pictured like Bubblicious, where it's all just like the wrong color pink. Yeah. All right. So we're obviously boozing on the bus. We got the shine and we're cruising into Vegas. We get into Vegas. Then we have like the dinner and all that fun stuff. So, I mean, we've been drinking solid for a while. Get done with the dinner, kind of a meet and greet, and I'm, everybody literally is like lit up because I mean we've been drinking the shine pretty much all day. One of the guys finished off his bottle, which was impressive. I feel like he was sharing it with like a couple other people, but I mean he still like polished off a bottle of the shine or jar of the shine. And so yeah, now we're hanging around at this bar, and there's a bunch of us there just kind of hanging out, chopping it up, and we're all sales guys, and sales guys, we love to talk, and we're pretty good at communicating with others, and one of the attributes that I learned long ago is that if you want to find the best sales rep that you can, take a look at his wife. If he's got a hot wife, that boy can fucking sell.
That guy can sell, because they're never all that good looking. Like I meant, like, okay, good. Sorry, I meant the sales rep. Right, like they're always kind of balding, big patch in the middle.
Yeah, they get the baloney patch, and yeah,
exactly. So if they got a smoke show, they make some money.
So these guys are all pretty decent looking chaps. So we're sitting down there, and all of a sudden, like a couple of girls like start appearing, and I'm fucking hammered. So I just like I turn to the right, and then I turn to the left, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's girls here now. So we start talking to them. I'm talking to this one gal, just having a nice conversation. I literally had no intention. Number one, because 100% had sleepy pee-pee. There was no chance of anything happening.
It'll get you.
It'll get you.
Even the fondest of men.
Just push and rope, just trying to figure out what to do with this flaccid thing. What do I do with it now? Just flap, 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 slapping my leg with it. All right. Guess I'll go to sleep. So I'm just talking to this girl, right? Having a nice conversation. I think she's a cool person. We start talking a little bit about whatever. I don't even know. And I'm like, hey, do you like moonshine? And she goes, I've never had moonshine. I'm like, really? I'm like, I got some up in the room. You want to, I can go get some. She goes, well, why don't I just come with you? And I'm like, okay, that sounds great. And
because you're drunk and you're like,
completely fucking naive, right? Because I haven't been to Vegas. Number one, I hadn't been to Vegas in a long time. I lived in Reno, so I know, I kind of know the game and what to look out for. This girl didn't look anything like that, right? I mean, she did not look like she was sucking dick for a 20, right? I mean, that wasn't her MO.
Okay. And you're a good judge of character.
Sure, especially when I'm, half a jar of moonshine deep plus whatever the fuck else I was drinking that night. I was tuned. I was surprised that I could fucking put together coherent sentences. That's how tuned up I was. And maybe I wasn't. It's very possible to like, hey, moonshine, you want some inside you? And she's like, sure, great.
Weird pickup line, but all right.
Yeah, right. And it's fuck. So we go upstairs, get into the room, and I was bunking with a guy, right? And she's like, oh, I didn't know there'd be anybody else here. And I'm like, and he was racked out, dead ass asleep. And she goes, it's okay. And I'm like, well, we're just gonna, I'm literally gonna go get some moonshine, and then we're what? And I'm kind of confused a little bit. So
she was so quickly to check that box off.
She goes, I gotta go use a restroom. I'm like, all right, cool. So she goes to the restroom. I have the moonshine, and I'm sitting there like we got this little like a couch type of situation, like hotel rooms and their couches. It's literally like a park bench that they put a piece of vinyl over. It's just it's so uncomfortable. So I'm sitting on this thing. What's that?
It's always blue.
Oh yeah, it's blue.
With triangles in the
a couple different shades of blue that you've never seen before. You're like, is that? I guess that's blue. Is that? It's not gray. What the? Okay, all right. So I'm sitting there, and she opens the door to the bathroom, and she's standing there in just her bra and panties, and I'm like, hey, is everything okay?
That was your first.
That was what I said.
Is everybody okay?
I'm holding this jar of shine. I take a sip, and I'm like, I thought maybe she spilled.
Spilled what? The sink water?
Oh no!
It's a tricky faucet. It's like the Hawaiian toilets that flush up. I couldn't figure it out.
So I'm like, what the fuck? okay. So she goes, why don't you come over here? I'm like, all right. So I like walk over there and I'm like, I'm reaching out to hand her the moonshine and she reaches down and like grabs my crotch. And I'm like, I don't understand why. And she goes, why don't you come in here and we can have some fun? And I'm like, oh, oh, oh no. Oh no, no, oh, and no, oh no, oh. It registered at that moment, not the moment that she opened the door and like half naked. The moment she grabbed my crotch and said, why don't you come in here and so we can have a little bit of fun, is when the light bulb went off and I went, this isn't right. This is not
So,
good.
so when she had in your mind some crazy out of this world wardrobe malfunction in a
She
bathroom
spilled.
that spilled what?
I don't know. Maybe like she was trying to get some lotion on to put on her hands and it squirted out weird and it got on her top and she's like shit and then it fell under her pants and she's like,
So,
God damn.
so where did she replace her Converses with a pair of high stilettos? Where did that register in the old noggin?
So
Nowhere.
so hang on. There's more to the story, unfortunately. So I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, this is a horrible miscommunication. And she goes, oh, I thought you wanted to come up and have a little fun. I said, look, I literally was, I have a jar of moonshine right here. I thought you wanted to try moonshine. And she goes, no, not really. I don't drink. I went, fuck.
You're
I'm like,
sober.
Okay. I'm like, I feel like a foot now. I'm so sorry. And she goes, it's okay. It happens to the best of us. And I went, oh, well, now I know I'm a piece of shit because that's the only thing that you say to people that are pieces of shit is it's okay. It happens to the best of us. No, it doesn't. The best of us don't get caught in situations like this.
If we're the best of us, they have picked up on this many moons ago.
So she gets dressed and leaves. I immediately go downstairs and all of the guys that I like was hanging out with, they're looking at me with just these big shit-eating grins on their face. And they're like, well, how was it? That was awful fast. And I'm like, oh, fuck all of you.
Everybody knew.
Everybody knew. And I'm like, hang on a second. I go up to one of my buddies. I'm like, hey, a second, man. You knew that was a pro? And he goes, yeah, it's pretty obvious. She was talking to you. I'm like, well, fuck. Number one,
hey, no.
fuck you. Number two, hey, why didn't you tell me? He goes, I thought you knew. I'm like, bro, I had zero clue. Zero. So for the rest of the show, I was kind of the brunt of the joke. Was everybody kept coming up to me and going, hey, so do you think she's a prostitute? I'm like, no, that's our CEO. She's not a prostitute. Fuck.
A, I think you need different friends. B,
hang out with you. I feel like you would have done the same exact thing. You would have been like, all right, I guess he's gonna go do that now.
No, that is where you are very wrong, because as much of a fucking loser and goon and will do anything for the laugh, I would be taking the stairs while you're taking the elevator to stop you at your door, because that's where the joke ends. Okay. You go up thinking you're just giving this broad some moonshine, and I know she's a prostitute. I'm 100% letting you go in the elevator up. Okay. I'm running my fucking fat, out of shape hot dog body up them stairs, cursing you out the entire time. The guy had one bad experience on the first floor of a motel. Now he's got to go up 9 flights. This guy's
no. I was on the 23rd or 25th floor, one of the two. We were up there, so I don't think you're
Vegas.
Right.
You're right. You would have been in and out and done with her by the time I got up. So I'd be like, yeah. Listen, I came in.
You would have seen her walking out the room, going, just shaking her head.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey. Listen, I tried. Okay. I got up 3 flights of stairs and then I took the elevator, which must have been your elevator because it took a while to get back down to me. Logan, I gave it a shot. I'm a friend. But yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't have made that. But in a perfect world, in a perfect sitcom, because you obviously seem like a character in every romantic comedy. There's always that one character that's oblivious. You are that guy. You are perfectly that guy
You
in
know,
this situation. So
it's funny because I feel like I'm pretty perceptive and I pick up on things.
yeah, okay, I'm gonna try to
And
tell you something right
in
now.
in this instance, without question, I was as naive as it got. I mean, it was a I honestly just was just in a really happy, just like silly, just like, oh, everybody,
I need to
like seriously,
entertain everybody.
if somebody was like stabbing somebody else on like the couch that we were sitting on, I would have been like, oh, look at the little prank they're trying to play. Oh, that's cute. It's just comedy hour. It's I don't understand why people would think that's funny, but that looks real. Oh my goodness, look how real that looks. I mean, it would have
And
been that.
and then she opened that bathroom door and you go, ma'am, your tulips are sticking out.
So-
And she's like, yeah, yeah, of course they are.
oh man. And yeah, I felt bad. That's the thing. Have you ever felt bad with a prostitute?
I have felt bad for women that I have rejected when maybe they were let on too much, but because I am notorious for basically what you just said, I'm notorious for everybody's innocent. Everybody just wants to have fun. And hey, if you need to borrow my car and whatever, like you, yes, absolutely, go ahead.
Yeah,
People are
and
like,
that's
hey, I'm coming over to have this and that and drinks and food. Of course. Like, well, the girl was clearly trying to tickle your taint. And I'm like, no, no, she was not my taint. No, no, my taint was the furthest from her mind. Like, no,
no.
that's what, like this whole, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, so you got to go tell her. Cause like, all her friends left in an Uber like an hour and a half ago. And why did you think she was still hanging around? Oh, because she just wanted to continue to have fun. It's like, no,
Yeah.
that's
No.
not how. And I'm like, oh, hey, um, I'm gonna go to bed. That's my move. I'm going to bed. So you can either like make yourself at home. Don't steal my grandmother's fine jewelry that she left me.
Yeah, but the thing with going to bed is that if they can always chime in with the, oh, look, I'll come in with you. Or
No,
hey, you
no,
need some company, or let me tuck you in.
no,
They'll come,
no,
they'll make some weird shit.
no. Nobody. That's my thing. Nobody touches my bed. You know how long it took me when Sarah and I got together to like enjoy, like genuinely enjoy her being in like the same bed as me?
5 minutes,
No,
three.
no, no, no. I'm talking, I know. I'm talking like staying the night. Like, okay, everybody's like, oh, did you like the movies are misleading because they're like, hey, I slept with that guy. No, you didn't. You fucked him. And then you took up too much of the mattress. And that I hate. I I was
Just full starfish in it in your fucking twin bed, and you're like, where the fuck do you want me to
dude,
go?
there's been times I'm like, this is not even worth it. This sucked. I could have used my open can of spam that I had laying around. And
oh, nice
and
callback.
thank
There
you,
it
sir.
is.
Thank you,
There
sir.
it is.
And I've had a couple this episode so far. And then like just went to bed and had my own mattress. It took me like well over like 6 months of like living with my lady to be like, this is nice now.
This is nice.
I hate it. I hate it. So if it was ever like a one night, a little shaputs, a little kaputs, a little shapoots, if you will, it was always like, I hate sharing my bed. Hate it. Hate sharing my bed.
Yeah, I gotta say I like my space too, but I also really enjoy I can say it
Say it.
the wife and I's our evening ritual. It's quite nice.
What's your
We get
there?
I can say it. We get a little cuddle time right before bed. She puts her head right on the inside of my shoulder, right here.
Real
We
bony. Mhm.
eat, no, I don't think so.
I'm sorry, it's fat.
Definitely not that. The fact is lower. It's
I know you have the let everybody know you have the fattest calves I've ever seen. Like it's not even muscle. It's just as if you put a baseball in a tube sock. That's what his calves look like. It's crazy.
I have the worst calves. Number one, I mean
I
they're
know,
they're just like
terrible.
there's like little strings. No, but so we get right there, and then generally the first one to snore wakes the other one up, and then we kind of go off into our separate directions.
Wait, what do you mean? Separate
We just
directions.
we just roll because we have a king size bed, so we
Oh,
just roll off to the each other side. So literally, you could put another human, like a large, you could put two of you in between us, and two of you like lengthwise.
do you have a California king or just a king?
That's
And
king.
oh, hey,
There it is.
hey. I'm not, what is that? That was rude. That was rude and insensitive.
Oh, all right,
I'm
Dick.
5'8".
Mm,
Which shoes?
all right, you're up. Let's
All right.
story
Yeah.
time.
So here's how you guys know that I'm a real open book. So if there's ever a story that pops in my mind, whether good or bad, I just shit it out of my mouth. So I had to dig deep and find stories that I have not, there's no chance I've said on this podcast so far. I've also wanted to structure it to give you a broader picture of myself. I wanted to give you a segment when I was the young, like under 13 version of myself, the real shithead kid, then the middle of my life, and then closer to adulthood, right? Or in adulthood. I want
Closer
to
to,
give
you were correct then. It's
stems.
closer
Nope.
to adulthood. You're
No.
still a child.
Stop. Hey, now, listen, my story. This is my time. Okay. If you want to speak, you have to hold the speaking bear. So pick up a speaking bear and then I will call on you. No, don't you fucking dare.
Oh, stick that in your straw and suck it.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a quick shithead child that I was. Okay, growing up, I would always go to a friend's house that was same town, but about 10-minute drive, 35-minute bike ride. Okay. I would always, it was a cul-de-sac, but it was like a shady cul-de-sac. There was this, for instance, there was this one house. We called him Ozzy. We don't know what his name was, but we know terrible that his son was hit by a bus in front of him. And ever since then, he never left his property. He had barbed wire all around his property, woods in the back. We would like try to dig up shit in the woods behind his house, to try to find like dead bodies. He was like this real old guy that was like real creepy. If like he was outside, it was, you don't look at it. It was his everywhere, which it was very dark and very ominous.
Did he always have like a stained wife beater on?
No, like always bundled up, always bundled up, like old flannels. He drove this really old car, but he would have
so it could be like 95 degrees on, and he'd have like a moth chewed flannel on.
That's exactly right, because he wouldn't be out for like years. And he made an appearance, and it was a very
Did he have weird facial hair too? That just
straggled. Yeah. You know, looked like my ball sack. Currently, not back then. When's the last time? When do you remember when you? I'm not gonna. So, do you remember when you started getting pubic hair?
Late 80s.
Oh, so you were old. Wow. How you were in your 30s?
In the late 80s, I'd be like 70 right now, you dick.
Timeline adds up, sweetheart.
Oh.
Okay. So we would get in a lot of trouble. We'd go in the woods and we would light fires and get caught by the fire department. We would get in a lot of trouble, right? Like silly things. We would do like, you know, spray fire with perfume in the street. We would ding dong ditch, that stuff, you know, just the typical kid shit. There was one time we all gathered at the end of the cul-de-sac, a bunch of kids. There was this new kid around. Don't know who the kid was. but a buddy of a buddy brought him, and we were hanging out. We were kids. We were inclusive. We were probably 11 or 12, and we were exiting the cul-de-sac down the long road, and this kid wanted to prove himself to us without letting him, like, again, we weren't initiating the guy. We weren't bullying the guy. There were no dues to pay respect to. Okay. This wasn't a frat house. You could just join us, pull your socks too high. And that's what we did. We rode bikes. We walk around doing nothing, hit a 7-Eleven, buy a Charleston chew, maybe get up to some nonsense.
So you weren't jumping the guy in, basically, is what you're saying. You didn't get jumped in like they do in Compton. You're from Compton, right?
I am.
Not Compton. Long Beach. Compton.
Long Beach.
Long Island. Damn it.
There it is. Long Island. The real ghetto. So we're just exiting the cul-de-sac, going onto a main street just to walk around doing what God knows what. We had smoke bombs and like little firecrackers, right? This kid decided to run up somebody's lawn and ding dong ditch. A harmless prank, some would say. The schmuck never let anybody know he was doing it. So when the guy opened the door and saw that guy booking it across his lawn, we were all in the middle of the street like, oh, hey. And this guy was the man in a washed up wife beater. That he was like this tall, skinny guy that thought he was yoked out of his mind because he had one vein going across his bicep. That was that guy, right?
Everybody knows that guy.
Yeah. Who's like somehow disappeared from the family for some time, but then came back and he's a mechanic, like that guy, you know?
Smokes Marlboro Reds, just always and doesn't know the meaning of cologne, so he either smells of BO or cigarettes.
Mostly cigarettes, right? Yeah. Apparently everybody got the memo way before my prepubescent ass because they started running, and I said, "Hey guys, what's up?" Here's where I hated my parents for the first time. They bought me loafers when I was 12. Everybody's running around there, and they convinced me that they were cool. Okay. They weren't cool. They were black with a hard rubber sole at the bottom and all these air holes up top. They weren't even cool loafers. The seams came up, you know, like when they stitched the shoe across the top. Yeah. It came up. Yeah. So I had like flared up fucking loafers at the age of 12 while everybody's running in their Nikes and their tennis shoes. They went, shoo. I went to go, shoo. And my shoe fell off. Okay. I was like, Dad, what's with the loafers, guy? This guy ran up, the full grown man ran off the property, grabbed me. Oh. By my arm, like up by my bicep, and whipped me the fuck around. I mean, whipped me around so hard where I fell into a fire hydrant and marked up the whole side of my face. And he was like, "You're getting in my house. You're getting in my house."
The fuck I am?
My older brother, who's 4 years older than me, was there as well. Came running, and I was like, "Help, help, help." And he came running. This guy just fucking punched my brother right in the face. Bam! My brother was like, "Ouch." That hurt a whole lot. But my brother was being a real good dude and like trying to like calm him down and stop. When he's dragging me out of the street into his yard, he had a street sign in the beginning of his yard, right? It was maybe a speed limit sign, maybe a no, whatever it may have been. I grabbed it, and this guy was fucking pulling me where like my face was still hitting the street sign, like the pole. And I was like, my face was getting kind of beat up. And I was like, "Help, help." One of the kids, I don't know who. Oh, I do know who. I'm sorry. One of the kid that lived in the cul-de-sac was also late to the job. Again, he hid under a car and he started crying. So the guy heard the kid crying and was like, "Get the fuck out of the car, under the car." And it was the guy's own car. And he was like, "I'm getting you next, blah, blah, blah." All this is going crazy. Everybody, like my brother's trying to calm down. I'm like, "Stop, guys, stop. And this guy's ripping me. Now, like, my arms are hurting and I would not let go of this pole. Here's where it comes. My Lord and Savior, Josephine. I don't know if I should have said her name.
Whoops. Too late now.
The kid that she's the mother of the guy that lived in the cul-de-sac, right?
Okay.
So she was turning onto her block at that moment. She isn't, a mother's age. I think she was in her low 50s at the moment.
She's an old mother.
Yeah, she's a bit of an old mother.
I want to say my mom was in her.
She may have been high 40s. She's somewhere in that age.
My mom was in her low 40s when I was about 12, I think.
Yeah, I think my folks are a little older. Yeah, high 40s, low 50s. I don't know. You judge it as a kid. You don't know. She came in her minivan. She was a larger, right off the boat Italian woman.
Oh,
you know what they could do. She came pulling over in her minivan, silver minivan, and then she saw this commotion. That bitch put that shit in park. I want to say she did it with the stick by the steering wheel. For sure. It's old.
Yeah. It's on the column for sure. Hang on a second. My shit's on the column and it's a 2017. So I'm.
Do you still pick up?
Yeah.
Tundra?
Yeah.
You have a Tundra, right?
Yeah.
On the column?
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Because after that, they actually do that dial. Just the dial. I don't like that dial. I'm not turning on my air conditioning to put it in park. What the fuck is that? It's not manly.
And the Teslas have like the weird, like it's like this little skinny thing that comes out and you have to like, I don't want to break it, but I have to put it in park, or I gotta press a button.
I don't like that. I currently have a police surveillance van that in 94 that
just Okay,
yeah, I like that.
Anyway, so silver van, she fucking throws it in park.
She pulls that shit in
park.
Get out in her. She gets out in her day dress. All these larger, older Italian women, they get out in like that day dress, right? That real thin day dress.
Yeah.
And these like slip-on black. I will never forget these slip-ons because she hit me with them once. She hit me with oof, bam! I was an asshole. It was like these black slip-ons that had like mesh over the feet and little flowers on it. That's what she got out in. You would think this woman was Mike fucking Tyson.
Oh,
without question. She had no idea what the pretext was. She got out, jumped out of her car, ran right to us, screamed at him, hit him once. Boom, right in his face. Dude, I've never seen somebody connect like that before. And he was like, this fucking kid. I was like, it wasn't me. And she said, I don't give a fuck who it was. Boom! Hit this guy again. Now this guy again, thinking he's got the vein and the bicep, thinking he's stuff.
Dude, he's
boom!
6'1", 160 pounds. I mean,
you know the guy. You maybe have the guy as a neighbor. I know that guy. Dude, with every word he said, boom! And then like he was speaking, boom! And he's like, don't you fuck, boom! Then he's like, okay, let me go. Now, because like you gotta imagine, I was a little kid. As she's hitting him, I'm flying around because he's still holding me. She'd hit him, and I'm like, hit him. And I was getting tossed around even more. She beat the shit out of this fucking guy and actually made him get back up to his porch. His wife came out. She goes, what? Are you ever gonna touch a kid? She goes, nope. Turned right back around and right inside. She goes, get in the goddamn car. We jumped in. We drove 4 houses down. And she goes, all right, I have pasta sauce on the oven right now. Can you call your mother to see if you can eat over? I was like, hold on. A whole bunch of shit just happened. I have bruises on my face. I think I have whiplash. And you talked about your pasta sauce? Do you have garlic bread? She didn't pay any mind to all the shit that just happened.
It's fine.
And it was so normal. I was like, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that.
All right.
Dude. And that was it. That it was never discussed again.
Yeah.
I love old Italian women. So that was like my childhood in a nutshell.
Dude, I love that. I love all of that. I really do, because I'm picturing just like this little crew of kids that they're kind of good kids, but some of the adults are like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, you know, they keep an eye on you when you walk into the local like grocer, right?
Yeah, but
You get the guy behind the counter. The butcher is just like, oh yeah, I see you, you know, and you know, you walk into the CVS and everybody's looking in the mirrors, you know, at you guys just to see what you're up to. You're not quite felons, but you're also not like the book nerds that definitely are like uncomfortable and just don't know what the hell's going on.
that's
You're like those
exactly.
kids that are just on the other side, right?
We were shit kids having fun, but when we went back to our parents, we were good
Yeah, you
kids,
were
you
good
know?
kids. You were good
Yeah.
kids. And you know, I can appreciate the ding dong ditch and I get that. And yeah, but I think here's the thing for you young bucks out there or parents, you got to make sure that everybody's a community, right? You stick together. You
Right.
never leave a man behind. That's number one. And number two, fuck yeah, love like just authentic Italian women, because you know that in her mind she like turns a corner, she like, oh, I gotta get some, work on the bread and get in, what in the fuck is going on here? And I can see her picturing that scene and going, no, 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 and fucking whipping it in park and just going boom and connected.
Dude, she was just like swinging on him. Like I couldn't believe it. I was dumbfounded. And
Love it.
again, I'm getting ragdoll every hit. I'm like, yow, I'm whiplash. But then like it was so okay with like, yes, we should have gotten in trouble. Like, whatever. We were just being annoying. That's all it is. It's a nuisance.
Sure.
And then get in the fucking car. We jumped in the car. We're like, oh, we are fucked.
We're
Get it
done.
in the house. And she goes, call your mom. Let's see if you can eat over. I had pasta sauce on the oven.
I got sauce.
I was like,
gravy. Did any of the families call it gravy?
no, because they all made their own sauce and we got the sauce.
Yeah.
Like, is it fresh tomatoes? She's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have garlic bread? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mommy, can I eat over? Like shit like that. So that's that's the prepubescent Nick.
God, that explains a lot about your face though too, which is good.
I didn't look.
What? So
okay. You always
all right. So since you talked about your younger years, I feel like that's actually perfect. So we can talk about my younger years.
When they invented electricity.
When they did not know they had cars. So I grew up in a really, really small town. Like super small, right? Everybody pretty much knew everybody. We didn't have a police department. We had security, which they were pretty much worthless. One of the guys on security was colorblind. I mean, you can see the qualifications to get to be a security guard weren't very high.
Some of the cops, I believe, need to be colorblind too.
Yeah, but we didn't have cops. Oh, okay. I think I see what you did there. We had one highway patrol officer that would sometimes come through the community only because it was like on his way home, I believe. I mean, it was literally one of those like super small towns. We didn't have a stoplight. We had no fast food. The closest fast food was about an hour and a half away. So I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea what fast food was. Like it was, to me, fast food was a treat because I never got it, like ever. It was always pretty good food. And we had a burger joint in town that made phenomenal burgers. There's a pizza joint. And of course, because why not? There's a Chinese food joint. I feel like
it's got to be.
Yeah, there has to be. It's mandatory. I feel like if
no
you
commercials.
are starting a town, there has to be a Chinese food joint there. It's never.
Mandatory. Have you ever seen a commercial for a Chinese restaurant?
They don't advertise. They don't need to.
They do so well.
Fucking, oh yeah, fuck. They make hand over fist. I wish that like money. That's a saying. Don't worry.
Got it.
It's not fisting. It's totally fine. So this is the town I grew up. So super small community. And there was a guy in our community. His name was Stanley Johnston, not Johnson. You had to put the T in there or he'd get a little bit upset. And you knew he was upset because Stanley had Tourette's.
Whoa. Okay. Well, I like Stanley.
So, so you know what Tourette's is, right? I mean, you get that little fucking tick, and there's different levels of it, right? There's the kind of super mild forms where it's just little clicks and just little things, and it's almost passable, right? I have friends that I've met throughout the years that have those little ticks, and you're just like, oh, I'm like, oh, okay, it's just a little tick, it's fine. This guy had the full blown like shake, like his whole body would spasm when he'd get into these little fits. Well, he got his driver's license revoked. From the stories that I heard, he got his driver's license revoked, but he still drove around. And he drove an 89 Chevy S10. So, the box body, square body Chevy, but it was the S10. So it was a smaller one. And everybody knew his car because you wanted to keep a pretty safe distance from him because you could see the car fucking jerk if he just had, oh yeah, one of his episodes.
So if he had a tick, he was pulling left.
Yeah, pulling right because that was he pulled right and you could see it. So the the big thing is the town that we grew up in, we lived up on top of the mountain, like a mountain, right? We were at 3,200 feet. It was a pretty big mountain. And yeah. So we lived up at the top, and, to get down to anything, like all the major stores and the malls or anything, you had to drive what was called the Priest grade. And this was an old grade that, believe it or not, actually dates back to the gold rush era. Because like gold mine, it was a gold mining town, all this fun stuff. So it was a super windy road that it would literally was sheer on the left side. Like when you were going down, it was a complete drop off, 3,000 feet. See you later. I actually lost a friend on that road because storm came through. I mean, it was super dangerous road. So this guy, you would watch, you'd get behind him on this road, and you knew immediately because you knew his truck that it was him, because you'd see the truck just go. Ugh. And my parents, my grandma would always just back way up because they were giving him some distance just to make sure. Always scary getting behind him going down the grade because you're like, fuck, what if he goes off? What do we do? What do we do? So that's kind of giving the backstory of who this dude was, right? Great guy, super nice guy, super friendly, but he inadvertently, because Tourette's, ran over 6 dogs.
What?
Not in a row, because I mean, I feel like that's just intentional.
That'd be strange. He's up on your doorstep.
Just driving into your yard, like, sorry, Tourette's.
Dude, you're in my backyard.
It's not even close to a road. My backyard opens up to forest. So I'll never forget it. We were over at the time I went to church because my family was just like, maybe you should go to church. And they had a youth group. But it was kind of cool because the youth pastor was also the golf coach for the high school. And so this was my 8th grade year, right? And we're all over at his house. We're hanging out, having a good time, playing basketball. And we hear
How many times you get touched?
We hear, no. Greg's a great guy. Oh, I shouldn't say.
Of course he is.
No, seriously, one of the coolest human beings ever.
Okay.
He's the guy. Did I tell the urine story? Where we were in Santa Cruz and he got a big tall glass of Mountain Dew, and the foreign exchange student tried it.
Oh yes,
and he goes,
you
oh
have.
my god, that's so good. And he goes, oh yeah, it's urine. And he went up and he ordered he goes, yeah, can I get a large urine? That was the youth pastor. Dude, so we're at his house, we're playing basketball, having a good time, and there's this girl there. Her name's Leah. Oh shit, probably shouldn't say it.
Hey Josephine and hey Leah, if you're listening, we suck.
Anyway, I had the biggest crush on Leah, so I'm like, this is a great opportunity. Why don't we go for a walk? and you know what, this is going to be awesome. I can, and I'm in 8th grade, so I have zero game, right? But I think, dude, I think I'm king shit of fuck mountain. I am gonna, dude, I'm gonna touch a boob. I'm gonna touch a boob.
Could you imagine? Oh my god.
Oh my god. Could you imagine touching a boob in 8th grade? Oh, it'd be the best thing ever.
That's the first time I did touch a boob. Was 8th grade.
Same for me. Different girl though. So
You pimp.
Leah and I were walking up the driveway, right? And this is open area, right? There's no fences. It's I want you to picture mountains and just beautiful tall pine trees and all this fun stuff. And we're walking up the hill, and the dogs are with us. And here comes old Stanley Johnstone cruising up the street.
That's so fucked. No, he clipped a pooch.
Picks off a dog.
He clipped a pooch.
Oh, and here I am trying to rap my best game with nope, I almost said her fucking last name. Jesus. and
Give her
just
a call.
Fuck yeah, give her. Yeah, I don't even have her number anymore. But just picks off the pooch, but it didn't kill it, which was great. It turns out broke the hip, like the hips and a leg, and it was just it was horrible. But Stanley Johnston is without question the start of the downfall of every time that I hung out with Leah. So fast forward.
Wait, he repeats in this.
Fast forward 1 year. Which is fast forward a year. This is the next summer. We this was 7th to 8th grade. This was 8th grade going into freshman year.
Same guy, same Tourette's guy.
Guess who has a go-kart?
I hope,
This guy.
pray not Mr. Johnstone.
No, it's me. I have a go-kart.
Imagine Johnstone had a go-kart.
I have this dope ass go-kart, right? It's got a Briggs and Stratton motor that it's got the pull cord on it. You just and you just pull that thing and get it going. And very questionable brakes, zero suspension, but it's got really tall tires, so it absorbs a little bit. So there's this back road that kind of led down to this cool little fishing hole that we'd go to right next to the haunted house. And legit haunt, and this place scared the shit out of me. And I feel like it was just because it burnt down and it just looked scary is kind of why. And it was built like in the 1850s or 60s. And I'm pretty sure somebody died there, or like several people. It doesn't matter. So we're out on this back road, and no cars go on this road. It's like it's pretty much a closed down road. So we get on the go-kart, and I'm cruising around. My buddy's got his motorcycle out there. We're cruising around, and the road goes pretty straight, goes up over a little ridge, and then it turns hard left, like a 90-degree left, down a little bit of a hill, and then on the right-hand side is where that little fishing hole is.
Okay.
Where that first turn is, that left turn, there's a like a pathway that leads into like one of the neighborhoods. Well, here comes Leah and her friend. Won't say her name, but they Allison. So they pop up, right? And I'm cruising around my go-karts. I'm like, fuck, this is cool. So I think again, dude, I'm about to be a freshman.
It's time.
Bro.
It's time.
Bro.
The time is now.
Dude, so I'm like, hey, Leah, why don't you hop on? There's one seat on a fucking go-kart. It's not like a 2-seat. It's not a car. So she's like, okay. So she like puts her feet on the back and then kind of puts her hands on like where the seat is behind me.
Oh, so she's standing on the back.
Yeah, so she's standing on the back. So I turn around kind of slowly. I go up, and she's like, I can hear her back there. She's like, "This is awesome, yeah, woo!" Having a great time. So I go up to where the main street is, turn back around, start cruising back down the street, and I forgot that she was there. Because I'm like, oh, I want to go check out the fishing hole. So I hit the turn.
You're the biggest redneck ever. Oh, fishing hole.
So I hit the turn, and Leah goes flying off the back.
Oh,
dude. And it was summertime, so she was wearing these
Oh,
amazing short shorts and oh man, but got road rash literally from the top of her thigh all the way down to her ankle.
Wait, it was a dirt road, right?
It was pavement but gravelly. Like, you know how pavement
Oh,
sometimes it gets
yeah,
old and then it breaks up
yeah.
and it
So
gets gravel.
all of that is in the road rash.
Yo, for sure. Oh my god, I felt so bad, and oh my god. So fast forward to freshman year.
Holy hell. Oh, the road rash, that shit don't heal nicely. It starts pussing and hard to move your leg.
So fast forward to freshman year. Now I have a motorcycle, a dirt bike, still a motorcycle, but
I
it's,
agree. I agree.
I just can't ride it on the street legally. Remember, we don't have cops. We have security guards.
Oh
Oh no, what did Logan do? Well, I thought it'd be a great idea to go take my motorcycle out and go see.
no. Leah and Melissa was the
No, just
Allison,
Leah. Just Leah.
but she had a friend named Allison.
Yeah.
What was, what was Allison's last name?
Oh, stop. Nope.
Dude, we suck at this whole going public shit.
Oh my god. So all right. So I get the motorcycle and now so remember, so far, every time I've tried, every instance that I've tried, like I'm putting my best foot forward, like, oh, let's go for a walk. Stanley fucking Johnston, goddamn hits a dog. Time number 2. Hey, hop on the go-kart. Let's go for a ride. All right. Oh, let me take this corner too fast because I forgot that you were back there. Road rash. She gives me one more shot. So I'm like, cool.
She should not have done that.
Nope. So I got my dirt bike, right? Yamaha YZ80 is what I had. And it was tuned. So it was super fast. It was super fun. And I really love that bike. It was a lot of fun to learn how to ride on. So I decided it was gonna be a great idea. And this was freshman year. This would have been fall break. No. This was getting into because it wasn't that cold. It was chilly, but it wasn't like super cold. So it had to be spring break.
Okay.
So just getting close to wrapping up freshman year. I go and I pick her up on the motorcycle. Parents are not there. So it's like, fuck yeah, dude, because they would have shit a brick if I showed up on a fucking 2-stroke, just ding, ding, ding. And then it was like, no, you're not doing that.
Yeah. Who's this guy?
So she
A friend of Mr. Johnstone's.
Oh, good old Stan. There's no chance that guy's alive, by the way, because he was like 60 or 70 back then. So and that was what? How many years ago, according to you?
30. That was me lowballing it.
I was like, that sounds like real math.
Yeah.
So he could be alive. I was giving you an opportunity there to really go high and hard on the old man's talk, but all right.
Nope. I'll just
Fine.
talk about how low your scrotum hangs.
That water's cold. So she hops on and we go for a little bit of a ride. And I'm like, okay, I've got it. I need to be, I have a passenger. I have to be a little bit cautious because I don't want her to fall off.
Again.
Yeah, again. But I also had this great idea that we're going to take this little trail up to go watch the sunset because I think that would be pretty cool. And this is going to be a great opportunity for me to see if we can make this thing happen, right? Because that's the goal, right? I mean, she had a big rack, and the only thing I want to do is like, I just
big rack. She's 9th grade.
Bros.
What color were her eyes?
Blue.
You made that up.
Swear to God.
You
Dude,
made
did you hear how hard I answered that? How quickly I answered that question? I know. I can see her face right now.
She had a face.
Probably. By face, I mean those gigantic D's. Dude, oh my God. It was, this is why I am for all of the hormones and shit that they put in chicken. Cause I swear to God, all that does is make girls' tits bigger.
You have daughters, so be careful.
Yeah. That's why they don't get chicken. They are on a plant-based diet. They will have bee stings. God damn it.
Oh god damn. Oh god damn. Okay, good.
So we're going up this trail, right? We're going up this trail, and we get up there, and the timing is fucking perfect. We get up there, and we can see. It's kind of cool because you can see the valley. You can kind of see, you get a pretty good distance when you get up that high, and we watch the sunset, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking perfect. And I chickened out. I didn't kiss her because I was fucking 13, and I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I had an awkward boner, and I'm trying to figure out life, really. Because once you get that first awkward boner, you're like, I don't know what to do. Oh shit. Is the sky yellow? I don't, how many fingers are on my left arm hand? It's just, I don't know. Everything just becomes a complete blur and you don't know how to function. So sheer panic, nothing happened. So I'm like, damn it. But I mean, we had like I had my arm around her and she got a little chilly. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just get a little closer. This bike ride's going to be a lot colder, but okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So we watch sunset and she goes, hey, I got to get back. I got to get dinner. I'm like, all right, cool. So she hops on the bike and we're going back down this trail. Well, I caught a rut wrong.
No, not again. No. There's no way.
And third time was not the charm. I hit this rut and it kicked the back and she went, doop.
I think the problem is she needs to hold, she needs a better grip. This girl is so easy to get flicked off.
Well, she had small hands, so I mean, I guess that's fair. Or has. She's not dead. But yeah, so needless to say, she didn't really talk to me after that. Her parents were kind of mad because
what's the injury like? What's the injury report here? Like just
I'm,
another road rash type, obviously, probably.
It was actually a little bit better. She may or may not have had a concussion. Yeah, because she was a little slow and kind of like she got up kind of weird.
Dude, you're out here killing freshmen. You've hurt more people than Stanley Johnstone.
Jesus, I know it wasn't great. It wasn't great, but I did connect with her many years later when I lived in San Jose and I wasn't in school anymore. And we chatted for a little bit and I apologized profusely.
How's her mental?
Fuck. I forgot. I also slammed her hand in a van door once too.
Stay away from this woman. Are you shitting me?
I forgot about that. We were in the same Santa Cruz trip where our youth pastor said a large cup of piss. She got out of the van and I closed the door and she had her hand on the post and it shut her hand in the door.
Do you remember like 15 minutes ago when I said you're a character in a fucking romantic comedy? This doesn't change. You're just a different character.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Dude,
I forgot about that too. It's just, you ever had those memories that just pop up and you're like, oh, fuck, that's right. That happened too.
That's basically my entire life. It's just blips.
Oh, Jesus. So
stay far away from this woman. Are you this girl has had a great 20 years because you haven't seen her. The second you cross her in a supermarket, the can of tuna is bad, and a shell falls on her head.
She gets home and opens the milk and it's all spoiled. It's just
no, and then somehow the chandelier bang right on the nozzle. Like, are you shitting? You are bad news for this woman.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah. It definitely.
With that being said, what's Allison doing nowadays?
I have no idea. I legitimately have no clue. I'd be curious. She was nice. She was a quiet one. Yeah. But she was super nice. She was super friendly.
I think you should just write them both off and just move on. Because
I already have. I'm married, so.
Well, you are married, but you're also like the bearer of all the bad news. Like, what did you do to this woman? I picture this woman with like a cast on her leg, be like, no, but he's sweet. He's sweet.
Oh,
All right,
my
you ready for me?
God. Yeah, hit it.
We're gonna go up a couple years. So I told you about my shitty childhood. I'm gonna move up to 19 when I was 19. This is my
So like
second.
6 months ago. I like that your mouth didn't even move at all.
So 19, my second car accident ever.
Second.
My second.
Okay.
I was, the first one, hit a girl. She had donuts in her car. No big shakes. It was no big deal. Brand new. She had a brand new BMW, but she was delivering donuts. It was whatever. I blew a red light, hit her.
I knew that
Second
girl.
car. What?
I know that girl. Brand new BMW 5 Series, silver,
Black.
white.
Okay. So, so yeah, my second car accident ever. I was in Smithtown. If anybody is from Long Island, that is they're familiar with Smithtown. That doesn't mean anything to you.
It's not a thing. I feel like Smithtown is no. Let me rephrase that. Long Island is just one big, like it's that's it. There's no towns, there's no cities. It's Long Island. There's nothing else.
Okay. You okay, Stanley Johnson.
No, Johnston.
How do you even remember that? How does
because
a guy,
he was very it was very
how does
clear.
he remember that?
Maybe it was Johnson, but because of his Tourette's, it was Johnston.
You heard it here, folks. This Logan also makes fun of people with Tourette's. Oh, it's fucking good. That is
His last name
fucking
could have been Johns.
John. My name is Stanley John.
No, Johns. Johns, like Papa John's, like his Papa John's.
His first name's Papa.
Yeah, last name Johns. Right.
So here we go. Second car accident ever. I was driving. I had my dog in the car. Okay. My dog is a very active dog. Same dog I got now. Great guy.
Oh.
Does well. And this is when we first got him ish. He would stand close to the window, like on where the switches are. Okay. Like the window switch, the lock switch. He would stand there to get a higher arc out the window, like to look out the window.
Makes sense.
For that reason, I would only put his window down about 6 inches so we can get a good nuzzle out there, but he couldn't lean too far forward. We stopped at a coffee shop. I believe it was me and him meeting up with a friend at the time. I'll do you want me to say the friend's name? I'll say the friend's name right here in public.
That's fine.
Sarah.
She was a friend at the time.
She was a friend at the time. This is now my fiance.
Yeah.
She was a friend at the time. We were meeting up for coffee, on her lunch break. And this is like, I'll be honest, this is some time before we dated, about a year before we started dating. But she was a friend. And we met up for coffee on her lunch break. I guess I was off that day. I must have had some bullshit job. And I took the dog. I took the pupper. And we had,
you know what you were doing. You knew what you were doing.
Dude, of course I knew what I was doing. You shouldn't me. Of course I knew what I was doing.
Yeah. And you dog didn't bite her. And obviously she didn't get injured 3 times.
No. So yeah, way better than
way better.
What's her name?
Leah.
Allison's friend.
Leah. Which, by the way, there's no chance she listens to this podcast. I'd be if I get a DM that says, "Hey, you said my name in the fucking podcast," I would be shocked.
I would have so much fun with that. You forward me that, and I will pretend to be you, and we could have tons of fun. Well, you not really, but me for sure.
No, yeah, not me really.
So, we met her for coffee. It went well. We had coffee. I think whatever. I was on my way back. Okay, we left. I was on my way back. My dog doing that arch thing on the door handle thing, rolled the window all the way down.
Oh,
I got afraid that he was gonna fall out the window. I turned around, grabbed him out the window, slammed into the car in front of me. Enough to dent, buckle in my bumper a little bit. Her tail end was not even that bad. I was like, oh, fuck. Because when you get into a car accident, you're like, God damn, shit. Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a long day. Like it's always very shocking. Can I tell you what was more shocking than that?
The dog shit on your lap?
The woman that got out of the car in front of me that I hit.
Oh.
Sarah. If you didn't know,
no way.
I need my fiance. Out of sheer luck, we went two opposite ways. But when we wound up wherever the fuck we were, she somehow snuck in front of me. She didn't know I was behind her. I didn't know she was in front of me. I reached back to grab my dog from falling out of the car and just slammed right into her. Still nobody knew. I got out and I went, oh shit. She gets out of the car and goes, what? I was like, oh. Hi, Sarah. And she's like, that was you? And I was like, yeah, I guess that was me. And she goes,
I guess so.
She goes, are you sure? I said, our cars are still touching.
Oh.
Sarah and I got into a car accident before the magic was even there. And that's a wholehearted true story. I have pictures of it somewhere I could find. And yeah. And she was like, I gotta go to work. And I said, I think I gotta get this fixed. And she went to work. I never got my shit fixed. And then I remember trying to pour boiling water on your bumper to melt, to soften the plastic to get it out. Here's a spoiler. That doesn't work. It actually doesn't work because it's hard to get it on a bumper that's dented in because the water just drips down the pot and burns your fingers. It's not easy. And then when you do get it on, it just bounces off.
Heat guns also work as well for plastic bumpers. I've actually and cutting and zip ties. I've done that too. My ex. So my youngest daughter's mother has a history of getting rear-ended. She
gets rear-ended or she gets
she gets rear-ended. She just recently got rear-ended again. I swear to God, she is the most uncoordinated, clumsy person I've ever met. She got drunk one night, tripped, and fell eye first into a banister. Yeah, good luck explaining that one to the authorities.
I think it has something to do with her driving, actually. If she's just up, miss the stop sign, slamming on her brakes.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But she actually backed into somebody the time that I fixed the bumper. But I fixed the bumper on her car, and we went to trade it in. And we actually got more than we thought we were going to go, because I feel like they overlooked that whole thing. Because I swear, I shit you not, the way that it was fastened to the vehicle was with zip ties. Swear to God. Well, I mean, really, those little plastic things, the little circle where you stick the thing in, and those little tabs. I don't think it's plastic. What's different between that and a zip tie?
It's actually supposed to be plastic. It's actually, I mean, I believe I could be wrong, but it's
Oh,
illegal to be.
can't be steel. You don't want
Yeah,
steel bits running around.
you need it to break. You need it to like when it gets hit. That's what the bumper is for. When you make contact with it, it's supposed to break. There are going to be people that are like, yo, you're a fucking idiot. That's just not true at all. And I'm like, hey, I knew a guy that was a mechanic once. Of course I'm correct.
Well, I will also say that I have steel bumpers in my truck that are factory.
But are they fastened with metal plastic?
Fucking bolted in.
So we're on the same page.
Yep. All right. Let me tell this story real quick.
Go.
And I think we have time for two more. One for you, one for me.
I think so. Oh, then I gotta decide which one I'm making. Oh, have you decided which one you're telling? Because now I have to decide.
I have damn it. Yeah. All right, I got it. Okay.
I don't know which one. I don't know which one yet.
All right. So I was oh god damn. I was a young golf professional, just turned professional. And you want to talk about somebody that's a cocky, arrogant motherfucker, you talk to somebody that's 21 years old and plays golf for a living or plays a sport for a living.
Was it your caddy?
We think we're untouchable, right? It's like I'm fucking king of the world right now, right? And then the girl I was dating decided she wanted to cheat on me, and I found out. And yeah, that's not good. But being the young professional that I am, took it like a champion. So drove by her house slowly, playing loud breakup music. Yeah, because that's what you do, right?
Of course.
Fuck. So like, all right, look, I need to break the snide. I need to, change it up a little bit. We need to do something a little different, right? So I was working part-time at a golf course so I could, get free golf and practice and teach a little bit to make some money so I can go play in tournaments and all that fun stuff because I wasn't making cuts. Whoops. Apparently I have to make those to make money. So there was this new construction going on, and there was this like security company that would come out there, and they decided they were going to hire this cute little security guard. And I gotta say, she's a tiny little thing. She's about, I don't know, 5'4" on a good day, maybe 120 pounds, and but had the baggy security like uniform because obviously they didn't make it that small, or she just chose to wear it baggy, but really cute. So I would see her every once in a while, and I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you. Whoa! That's our first sneeze on the podcast.
And fitting that would be year one or 1 year anniversary. Sorry. 1 year anniversary. That's what I meant to say. Don't judge me. These are very strong. So I start to talk to this girl because I'd see her, the nights that I would work and, would sit there and close up and, walk in my car. She'd drive by and I'd be like, hey, how's it going? And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, you're kind of cute. So she'd get out. We'd sit there and talk. One night, I think I brought one of those little things of coffee. And so it was just like, here's some coffee for you. I don't know if you want some coffee. And she's like, oh, this is great. Thank you so much. And so things started progressing to the point where I'm like, fuck this. I'm like, hey, what time are you off? She's like 2 a.m. I'm like, oh, okay. So early shift, then, huh? That's great. I'm like, okay. Is that your normal shift? And she goes, yeah. She goes, I have another job. I'm doing this. I'm like, oh, okay. So, I mean, do you have any time that maybe I could take you out to dinner? We can go, hang out, maybe grab a drink somewhere, coffee,
A gentleman.
whatever. Yeah. And she goes, I'll tell you what. I don't, but if you want to meet me when I close up, you can follow me. We'll go someplace really cool.
That means something that it doesn't mean now. Follow me.
Yeah, like we'll drive cars together.
Sure.
I mean, she's being safe, right? I mean,
of course.
I was 6 feet then. I'm still 6 feet now. She's 5'3", 5'4". It's you understand, right? I mean, the women out there that listening are understanding. They're going, what? She was actually being really safe. Yeah, she was. So I meet her up there, or meet her after work, super late. Which already I'm like, this is not a good idea.
Yes, yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, all right. So she goes, cool. So I'm following her, and it's like a 45-minute drive. And I'm like, nah, okay. And then we turn down this dirt road, and I'm like, okay. And at this time, I'm living not in the mountains anymore. I'm down actually in a proper, close to a proper city. I'm about an hour away from San Francisco ish. Yeah, about an hour from San Francisco. So, a pretty proper city. And she pulls off this dirt road, and I'm like, I don't know that this is okay. This is
I've
different.
seen a movie or two.
Yeah. So we're
Okay.
driving up, and all of a sudden she makes a little bit of a left, and it's like orchards and shit, right? So it's not like it's a you can see anything. I mean, it's just like orchards down this dirt road. She hangs a left, and all of a sudden I see like this trailer. I'm like, okay, and it's, I mean, like a double wide.
The fancy type.
Yeah. So I mean,
The expensive.
classy,
The
classy.
riches of some.
Yeah, yeah. So so we pull up and park, and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" She goes, "Oh, well, I didn't bring a change of clothes, and I'm kind of tired. Do you want to come in and we can maybe just kind of hang out and kind of get to know each other a little bit more?" And I'm like, "Man, yeah, all right, fuck it. I'm already here. I mean, there's no reason why I shouldn't say yeah. I feel like that'd be rude. I don't want to be rude because he seems like a really nice person. So I'm like, cool. So Park get in. She goes, hey, but I mean, we haven't really talked about this, but she goes, I like kind of some funky different things. And, it's just, I hope you're cool with it. I'm like, okay, all right. And, I'm young, pretty naive. So I'm like, I'm just kind of going with the flow, I mean, she's cute. So I'm like, fuck, why not? Right. Girlfriend just broke up with me like a month ago, maybe less. So I'm like, I need,
This is
I like
This
the
is your
attention.
this is your
Like,
next step.
yeah, I like the attention. I think this is a good idea. So we go into her place, and so
I love when you take your breath. That's what I love, because you're gonna say something. You're like, I gotta make sure I don't fuck myself.
it, have you ever walked into a place? Oh, have you ever been to Hot Topic?
Of course.
Yeah. So
Big
I
fan.
want you to picture that, but like in somebody's house, and darker, all black and red.
Wait,
Yeah.
what's her living situation? I know, no.
No, it's
What's
this
what's
trailer.
But
Has a satellite dish,
who does she live with is my question.
Oh no, it's just her.
So she owns that double wide.
Or owns or rents it. One of the two.
Okay.
I didn't get that far into the conversation.
But it's not like you walk
hey,
in and her dad is there with spiked boots on and a butt plug.
No.
No.
So keep in mind, the entire conversations that I've had with this human, this individual, this pretty little girl, have been solely in her security guard outfit. So I have no idea what her style of dress is, right? I have none. She's seen me in a golf polo. So my thoughts are, hey,
So, I don't get this girl's I don't get this girl's mindset.
hang on.
You're walking in, there's
It gets
sacrificing
better.
a kitten in the living room, and she sees you with a golf polo, and she's like, that'll do.
Apparently, and whoa, so she turns lights on, and it's very dimly lit. She has all the lights kind of covered, and just so it's just really kind of dark. Just it's like I said, there's a lot of black and reds going on, and some weird posters on the walls, and there's a fuck ton of candles everywhere. None of them are lit yet. None of them are lit. So she's like, hang on, I'm going to go change. So I'm like,
And
all right.
flashback to the first story.
Yeah. Yeah. You well, and this story happened before the
Way
first
before.
story. So you think that I would have picked up on this, but apparently.
Nope.
So I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting there on her couch, and you ever been to somebody like a stranger's house and you're just immediately uncomfortable?
Oh, all the time. all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. So this was that times like 1,000. And every thought that I'm having is, dude, I just need to I just need to get out of here. What kind of excuse can I make to
Because when you're
I
that
shouldn't be
young, you
here.
can't
I
just
just
leave. You have to make an excuse.
right.
It doesn't make yeah. You need to let it make sense in your mind.
And I think too, I've I unfortunately care about people
I agree.
where I don't want to just be the dick and just be like, nope, and then out, right? And just completely ghost her.
Use
And
your red rocket tonight. I'm out of here.
that wasn't even a word back then. You couldn't ghost anybody. It didn't exist.
Yeah, because she would be into it if you said the word ghost.
Right? She'd been like, oh yeah, you can ghost me. I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't even know what that means. All right. So she comes back out and she's got this. And okay, for the record, this is what kind of kept me there as long as it did, because I'm like, oh, okay. She comes out in this little skirt, little black skirt, right? And she's got this little black kind of like halter top type thing that goes around. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right. All right. Yeah, we can. Okay.
But the place still looks like Hot Topic.
Yeah, place still looks like a hot topic. Right. And she's got like black lights. Now she's turned the black lights on. So you see some of the stuff starting to pop off the walls, and you're just like, okay, all right, well, everybody's got their own taste. But I mean, it's fine. She's nice. We've had some great conversations. So I'm like, okay, I'll give it the benefit. I mean, this is literally like yin and yang. I mean, this is like complete two opposite styles, and it's just not even close, right? Preppy. And I'm, by the way, wearing a golf polo and jeans.
I don't think we shop at the same store.
We definitely don't shop at anywhere close to the same store. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right. So one thing leads to another, which was kind of nice. We start making out. She's pretty aggressive for this 5'4" little thing.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I'm lying on my back on the couch. I don't have a shirt on, and she's got a candle and is starting to drip fucking wax on my chest. And at that point, I'm like, hey, no, thank you. I don't know what the safe word. I don't know what the safe word is, but I need to leave now.
You look at her, go, blow the candle out, and leave.
I should have, but I was afraid that I would blow more hot wax somewhere, and I didn't like it. And it wasn't. It was not. It. I didn't. It was. It was so uncomfortable. And I look back at that and go, okay, did you not see? There were so many, like she had one of those bracelets that was like studded, you know, like the leather,
I had
leather.
I had a belt like that when I was growing up. At the same time, the ding dong ditch store, I had a belt like that.
Yeah, she had that bracelet. And I feel like that to me should have been a little bit. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of trendy. And so she's like, oh, okay, maybe she is into that, like the dark arts or something like that. Yeah, okay, all right, I can wrap my head around that. And then I get to her place. I'm like, oh, yeah.
What's with the foxtail out of your butthole?
No, because I don't even think that was a thing back then. But dude,
Logan, what year did that originate?
2000. Wait, the foxtail or the story?
The foxtail.
Foxtail. Oh, the foxtail was like that. That was like 2017. I feel like foxtails is when they came out.
That's when they came out.
Nobody knew what those are. Oh my god. So, all right, we now everybody knows now that I'm very thankful to be married. Because I couldn't get back out there in the world again.
We have to talk about your dating history up until then. You flung a bitch off a go-kart, popped her off a dirt bike. You went into a double. You went into a double wide where there was candles and satanic rituals, but now you're in a beautiful house. You have a beautiful family, and you're married to a beautiful woman. Like, shit does not add up here.
No, it really doesn't. And that's and that's why I'm so thankful for her. She's such an amazing human being. And the just I couldn't date again because I feel like I would end up in a fucking weird situation. I'll tell you what, if I really sit down and think about some of my dates and some of the dating history that I have, there's some weird shit. And these stories are literally just the kind of the tip of the iceberg.
Things get weirder as you get older, right?
Oh my God, dude. Nick, be thankful that
Perfect segue.
that you're getting married, because things get fucking weirder as you get older.
Perfect segue.
Good.
Here's my last story. Are you ready? Before we wrap this up.
I'm ready.
Boy. Before we wrap this up, and thank everybody for following through and listening for our 1-year episode.
Hell yeah.
Things get weirder when you get older. We have known this woman, Sarah and myself had known this woman for a long time. Okay. Before we were dating, we both knew of her. We were both friendly with her. Sometimes we both hung out with her at different times of our lives. Good girl, good woman, just a good person.
Yeah.
Okay. We recently hung out again. She has a lot more money than she's ever had. And I know that because she's buying us pizza. Guys, come on over. I can't wait to see you guys. I'll buy the pizza. I'll buy the beer. I'll buy the alcohol. Just come on over. We go over. Of course we do. You threaten us with beer, pizza, and alcohol. Of course we go over. Yeah. Okay. Because we're good people. We want to see how she's been doing over the years. Beautiful entertainment system. Beautiful. Beautiful couch. Beautiful living. Beautiful apartment. It was an apartment. I'm not going to say house, but it was an apartment. Beautifully furnished. Real hardwood dining room table. Beautiful rugs. Beautiful throw pillows.
Are there fake hardwood tables?
Yep. Yeah, dude. But yeah, the ones that like separate like cardboard. The same. Ow, fucking motherfucker.
Yeah, we gotta talk about your finger later too. But if we have time, we don't know if we have time. Doesn't matter. Who cares? You know what? It's episode 52. Fuck you guys. Listen to the whole thing. We could go on for 3 hours. Eat a dick.
Eat a dick. Eat all of them. So I mean, wow, this girl has made something for herself.
Okay.
So in conversation, when you see somebody for the first time in a long time, what is inevitably the first question that you ask? Logan, answer me that now.
Hey, so what's new with you?
Say, so what's new with you? He says. Yeah. We see what's new with her. She's got money. The broad has got money. Not, I wouldn't say shove it in your face, but noticeably she's got money. What's question number 2, Logan?
So it looks like you're doing pretty well for yourself. What's
how's work?
Yes. Sorry.
How's work? What do you do now?
How's work? What do you do now? Hang on. I'm writing something down for you just in case.
Oh, okay. So we say, hey, how's life? I see you seem to be doing like well for yourself. What do you do? I stay at home. You stay at home. Well, for the most part, I have, a couple gigs that I do from home, she says. But where this money is from, she says, sniffer.com.
Oh, I was off.
Damn yes. It. Yeah, you thought OnlyFans. If you're not watching us on YouTube, he held up a sign that he wrote OnlyFans. It's not OnlyFans. It's sniffer.com.
What the fuck is sniffer.com?
Doesn't sound good, does it?
Not so much. I mean, if I'm going to be...
She has opened up to us and said she is a, I don't know, member, participant, something of sniffer.com. She sells her used panties. That's what she does. That's how she makes her bucks in life. Now, it started off, of course, we had follow-up questions. Would you not have, Logan, tell me right now, you would have a follow-up question, would you not?
I think in this situation, because you're there with your lady, right?
I'm there with my lady.
Yeah, I think I would let her take the lead, and I just would kind of sit back
Nope, because she was not throwing out the information that was crucial in this discovery. This was an investigation at this point.
Oh,
What the fuck is
shit.
sniffer.com? And how do you have maybe a Persian rug? I'm asking myself. Sniffer.com. She started off selling the panties that she already had. It was a way for her to buy new panties. She's like, if I sell whatever, maybe I could buy a couple packs of Hanes, you know?
Because I mean, for the record, a couple packs of Hanes, it's like they're like $10 a pack. So yeah, I can wrap my head around that. Now, if we're talking Vicky's Secret or some of that shit, I mean, that's like 32 a pair. So there's a big discrepancy, big difference between the old Hanes and
that's how
like
it started.
The Vicky's, right?
That's how it started.
Then there's that classy shit like that Longinus.
That one, I don't know. Apparently I haven't been a part of this website long enough because I don't get it. But that's how it started for her.
Fuck. Okay.
She sold all of her current stash of underwear within a week.
Pre-worn. We can't say used because I feel like used is it just sounds dirty. So I feel like if you say pre-worn,
Logan, I think that's the point.
I
think the point here is it wants to be used. So she sold.
Now I have all the questions.
Yeah. Oh, me too. That's me too. And here's the problem with me. I couldn't help but ask. My girl is slapping me in the arm, kind of quietly saying, "What are you doing?" I turn to her and say, "Bitch, I need to know.
I need to know."
She sold her entire drawer of underwear within a week, so much so that she only had a couple pairs and had to, like, she was forced to go buy underwear.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's a thing, right? I mean, it's either do laundry or go buy more.
She didn't have any more dirty
and if you
laundry.
don't have any more dirt, then you have to go buy more. I understand the concept of clothing and apparel.
Well, that makes one of us because I, for one, was dumbfounded.
Well, okay.
I was in a loop and I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop my mouth from jabbing, lipping because I had questions that needed to be answered. I said, "Who are these people that you're selling to? Do they know you?" And she goes, "They don't know who I am. I don't know who they are." And I say, "So you buy a new pack and then you sell that pack?" I was like, "That just seems like, upselling." And she's like, No, I have to use them. And I said, "Well, sweetheart, use them in what fashion?" And she said something that I quite frankly was not ready for. To make the most money, she has to advertise them as, oh yeah. She has to get excited in those underwear to allow some discharge. She has to flatulate in those underwear to create stink. She has to never wash them and reuse them and then sell them. There are no pictures. There are just ads. And this is what they pay the big bucks for. This is how she makes her money. Used. Then she takes the money from the sales, buys a couple more packages, say at Vicky Sweets or Vicky Seeks or Victoria's Secret is what I'm trying to mumble out of my goddamn mouth because I'm still dumbfounded. Buys some nicer stuff, sells them for a premium. Can you understand the chain of events that I have given you tonight on episode 52? Our 1 year has gone from me as a child, an innocent child, if you will, to early driver's license years, to understanding how people make their money as an adult.
Oh God. This is a tough one to unpack because I have so many questions. Number one, who are the sick fucks buying this shit?
I'm not entirely sure, but I don't think I could. You think Japan? Why?
Nope. We're not
Hey,
hey, okay,
we should retract that because we have Japanese lessons.
No, we don't.
We don't.
No, we don't.
Oh,
we're not in Japan yet. Not yet. Because I mean, we don't speak Japanese.
We do. And that was your coffee table is leaking, which is weird.
I actually said the wrong thing. I won't translate what I said. How I don't understand. I don't get it. Okay, it's Japan.
It's not Japan. You can't keep saying Japan. There's no basis for your arguments.
It's Japan. No, because they're into some weird shit. Have you seen their porn? It's all like pixelated. Yeah, because they're just like, oh, we can't show that. But they're into these like weird fetishes. So I can understand that it's Japan, it's Korea, and it's the Bible Belt.
The Bible Belt?
Oh yeah, they've got some like dirty tucked in. That hey yo, I just gotta say, I love just sniffing some panties every now and again. I just gotta get that up in my nose. Just let that sit up there and marinate just real quick for a minute. Just let it sit.
I love use discharge, and I love our Lord Savior Jesus Christ.
Hey, if you gonna break some wind up in them things, I'm for it, because the Jesus, he said, farting's praying, same thing. You just praying at your butthole. You just praying at your butthole.
What does that even mean? Fart is praying. So I'm sniffing the Lord's work is all I'm doing. I'm just sniffing in Jesus. I mean, that's all that is. That's all it is. It's all it is. It's good as confession.
And I feel like that's the explanation that gentleman has to his wife. And she finds his secret stash of fucking gross worn panties.
They're always like lacy and somehow torn.
Jesus.
Dude. So that's my story. That is my oh God.
That hurts. That one is that's just a yeah. There's so much. There's so much going on there. There's so much. I mean, it's just good Lord. I feel for Lacey. Is that her name? No, it's not Lacey.
Lacey Underalls.
Lacey Underalls. Hey, how you doing? But the fact that there's a market for it and she's making a decent living, that I feel like is the more scary thing.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So here's the thing too, is if you think about it, I feel like there's not a lot of women out there that are just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll sell my panties. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Let me ask the wife later and see if we can get a little
cash. We can scratch up
side hustle, right? I mean, Jesus, why not? Right? I mean, fuck it. It's anonymous, right? Anonymous.
Yeah, but
hey, I got a question for you, real quick.
All right, and on a good question.
I know we're getting close to the end. Hey, those streets that go like, and they it's not a dead end, but it has like a circle at the end. What are those called?
A cul-de-sac.
It's a what?
A cul-de-sac.
A cul-de-sac?
A cul-de-sac.
Oh, okay. All right. There's the D. You thought
I was saying cult-de-sac.
No, cult-a-sac is what I heard. In fact, I wrote it down.
I do say that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
It's easier to say. I sometimes my jaw doesn't work well.
No, I feel like it's a full on that New York accent that pops in every once in a while and says cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac.
And yeah, I feel like your inner monologue is, hey, it's not a cul-de-sac, it's a cul-de-sac, but we're gonna say it that way anyway, because it's so fun. Oh my
Guys, thank
God,
you
it's so
so
fun.
much for listening to our 1 year. Guys, if you have fuck you, you piece of shit. I'm
I
not
had to get
Bruce.
that in.
I'm not
I
Bruce.
had to get it in. I had to get it in. It's, you know why I have to get it in? Because it's so much fun. It's fun on two levels. One, it's fun because I actually enjoy doing that voice. It's kind of a fun voice for me to do. And number two, I know how much it bothers you
I'm not Bruce.
because
I'm a
it just
manly
it gets in there
guy.
and you're just like, oh, I'm a manly guy. Oh, I'm a steelsmith. Oh, don't you know about steelsmithing? We make things out of steel. It's different than,
That was
like a
one typo.
blacksmith.
That was one typo, and I think my iPhone auto-corrected it to from blacksmith to steelsmith.
It wouldn't just Siri wouldn't do that. She's not that fucked up.
The bitch is a bitch. I had her.
Oh, fucking A. Nick, I gotta say, man, this has been an absolute blast. 52 episodes with you has been without question the best thing that's happened ever.
Don't say
it's
this
just
week. Don't say this
definitely
week.
not this week, but like every week I so look forward, and we talked about it last week too. It's just, I so look forward to this. I truly enjoy hanging out with you once a week and getting to talk shit. And the story episode, I mean, that is just, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. So
Yeah.
we're excited to hear the feedback. What you guys think was the fake story? What was the real story? I got my guesses for Big Dick Nick.
I got my guess for you
I got
too.
my guesses.
I got my guess.
So let's see what y'all say. Nick,
Logan, thank you so much for participating on an entire year, and I look forward to, hey, let's do another 52. Let's do another 52. Without question, dude. I'm so happy I do this with you. This is the highlight, dude. This is a time that I get to go on with my best friend and shoot the shit and be funny together and just make people laugh. And I ain't stopping. It ain't gonna stop here, people. We're gonna do another 52, and then we're gonna do another 52, and then we're gonna do another one. And it's just going to get better and new material and everything. And I love writing. I love doing all this shit for you. So
fuck yeah, dude.
until next time, peace out, everybody.